Oh, hi! I didn't notice the entire camera crew waiting to film me for this training video. But if you're watching this, congratulations! You've been accepted to the Los Santos Police...
He's in the building! He took a picture of Jay earlier!
Oh, that son of...
Demanding accountability and defending your rights against the police specifically, and the government generally, are difficult and dangerous tasks. Your right to watch the government and record what you see is a natural right that is protected by the Constitution, and it cannot be taken away by the government.
I'm highlighting another channel with this video. The channel is Auditing the USA. A link to it, as well as this video and all of my sources, is in the description. Guys, I'm showing you this video because yet again, we have a guy with a camera. He's not hurting anyone, damaging or stealing anyone else's property, or defrauding anyone. He's actually just looking for a public accountability office for the Seattle PD. Auditing the USA just happens to be in the wrong building, and after some asking around, he finally finds an employee willing to point him in the right direction. Then, on his way down, he drops in to film the proceedings in a courtroom. It's on his way out of the courtroom that the ruling class decides to intervene and flex their enforcement muscle. Several armed members of the King County Sheriff's Office come at him and forcibly remove his camera from him, then shut it off. The video resumes with him outside again, and then he goes back into the King County Courthouse to get some info on the deputies who assaulted him. Then, once he goes back outside, he runs into a couple of Seattle cops and presents his situation to them, seeking some confirmation that what most of us deem to be common sense is in fact the case. You know, the old keep your hands to yourself thing. As you'll soon see, not in this police state. Our rulers only allow us to have our rights if we don't rock the boat, so to speak. Then, if you don't play along, they will invoke what they say is their higher claim to your life or property and do as they please with you. Guys, you know what to do. Hit the like button, share this video with everyone you know, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And like I said, use the links in the description to go check out Auditing the USA. And if you like his content, subscribe to his channel and let him know Questionable Authority sent you.
Where's the Public Accountability's office? Public Accountability's office, do you know? Pardon? Public Accountability's office?
I don't know it by name.
Okay.
Do you have a room number by any chance?
I don't. I'll look for it. Maybe up here.
Okay.
Directory. Hello. Where do you go to speak to public accountability? Police, you know, like...
You want to talk with somebody from that committee?
The public accountability, the,
Okay, good.
you know, where you go to, like, make a complaint and stuff, or, like, police and the...
Oh, Office of Law Enforcement.
They call it public accountability.
Okay, you're talking about the ombudsman. Is it regarding a sheriff or police or?
CLPD.
Okay.
CLPD.
So that would be municipal.
Municipal?
Municipal court.
Okay.
And they're located up on.
Do they have the 18th floor?
Yeah.
Oh, they do, okay. Yeah, because they said it's on the 18th floor.
Yeah, that's where you need to go. And it's right there on 5th and James
Okay.
and Cherry and so.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Yep.
You're welcome.
For speedy trauma, resetting this case setting matter out.
So it's on for case setting?
It's on for case setting. It's very strange, Your Honor. His case was in drug court. It's a 2018 cause number.
Yeah.
But throughout ACR, I don't see a notice of appearance ever. So I had asked last week, I think de facto, one of the attorneys in my office had handled his case before. So I asked if they would appoint somebody. They said no, he has to call and screen. He tried and wasn't able to. So we called. They are appointing TDA.
Okay. But it just hasn't happened yet.
It hasn't happened yet.
But you feel comfortable appearing in front of the court?
I feel comfortable appearing as a friend of the court if Mr. Mays would like to continue his speedy trial, do a speedy trial waiver, or which he indicated he wanted to do rather than roll the case so that he can come back.
Are you videotaping?
I am.
You should have videotaping.
Oh, well, it's my First Amendment right.
You need to turn it off, sir.
Okay.
I can't do that.
Hold on. Judge Roma, we have somebody videotaping out here and he refuses to turn it off.
What's that? Sir, are you part of the press?
I am, yes.
I'm sorry?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
No, I can't hear you.
Yes,
What organization do you work for?
I'm freelance.
Do you have any press credentials?
Well, I don't need it. First Amendment. So this is a First Amendment protected activity. So I don't need to
Are you
display.
here for a particular case that you're...
No, I'm just filming. Freedom of the press. I'm sure you've heard of it.
Ms. Millen, you can just close the door.
I'm trying not to break in here and narrate too much, but I just have to here. I thought we the people were supposed to be keeping those working in and for government in check, so they don't rule over us. If you believe in the framing of this country, in the forefathers' idea of the people of a country being free and in charge of our own government, you have to be sickened by what has happened to that idea. We've allowed most, if not all, of our personal responsibility of our actions to be handed over to our masters. Instead of holding each other accountable, we now rely on our enforcers for the ruling class to do it. They have transformed their role into that of babysitting the populace and trying to remove any possible risk from our lives. Something that, if we're being honest with ourselves, we know they can't do. They can only give us the illusion they are keeping us safer. And the consequence of that is giving up our liberties and our freedom.
I think she learned her lesson. Let's move on. It's a big courthouse. I think she learned her lesson. Ooh, stall in the courtroom. Felony.
Sorry.
This must be the judge.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
Oh, what are you doing?
I'm making sure you don't hit me in the head with this.
Okay, there's obviously a US code that was violated here, and most of you already know that. The problem is, in these situations, if you bring up a US code to a local law enforcement officer, they won't do anything. I mean, they do have to protect their fellow Blue Line gang members after all. Instead, they'll tell you to get a hold of the FBI or some other federal law enforcement agency. Now, my research has shown me, if you want even the slightest chance of your local law enforcement agency to do anything about a deprivation of your freedom, you'll need to know local laws that apply to the same thing. In the state of Washington, it's RCW 9A.80.010 and relates to official misconduct for public servants. It states, a public servant is guilty of official misconduct if with intent to obtain a benefit or deprive another person of a lawful right or privilege, he or she intentionally commits an unauthorized act under the color of law, or he or she intentionally refrains from performing a duty imposed upon him or her by law. Official misconduct is a gross misdemeanor. There's other laws that apply as well. However, these official misconduct statutes are a good place to start.
You just stole my camera.
I didn't steal it.
First of all, if a judge tells you to stop.
I was attacked earlier by a sheriff in here. Can I speak to a sergeant? I was attacked by a sheriff inside here earlier. Can I speak to a sergeant?
There is no sergeant at this unit. There'll be one available tomorrow morning.
Can you call someone to dispatch?
His name is Eric Wolf.
Who?
Eric Wolf.
Okay. Who oversees the guys? That guy right there. He was one of them. Yeah, he was one of them.
If you want to know how to get a hold of Sergeant, I can tell you.
Okay.
You contact Eric Wolf.
Eric
I'll
Wolf?
give you a phone number.
Okay. It was him. He attacked me with 3 other guys. He's gonna attack again. He's got a gun. He's got a gun. I'm getting a number to report you guys. You attacked me. I'm calling an ambulance. You hurt my arm. I'm physically hurt.
This is one of my favorite parts of this video. I love how he calls out this dangerous Blue Line gang member in front of everyone. As the deputy approached, Auditing the USA started to fear for his safety, saying loudly but not yelling, "He's got a gun. He's gonna attack again." This establishes that the order followers are the threat to the public, putting everyone on notice that they shouldn't feel safe with this armed man around. He has already shown he cares little about individual freedom. More and more people need to be comfortable calling these enforcement thugs and their intimidating, violent behavior out in front of others. When others see you standing up to an authority figure doing wrong, they will more likely ditch their confirmation bias and begin to question these actions more and more themselves. Start the revolution by simply being politely vocal about misdeeds you see by the ruling class. We all see them daily, yet most remain silent, allowing the system to perpetuate itself.
I'm physically hurt. You're going to jail, you and the other guy. You did the wrong thing. The First Amendment protected activity, you stole my camera out of my hands illegally. You're gonna lose your job, they're gonna melt your badge. That's what they do to dirty cops, they melt your badges. Thank you. What's your name and badge number?
Got my name on your camera.
Okay. Name and badge number? What's your badge number?
We don't have that number here.
You're going to jail. How's it going? I just had a question.
Sure.
Are you?
My camera on for
Yeah, no problem. This is, yeah, no problem. Turn yours on too if you want. Are you guys physically able to rip a camera out of someone's hand in a courthouse?
All depends on the circumstances.
What kind of circumstances?
There's a million options that could happen. I can't even think of them all.
This is how cops think they can get away with treating us the way they do. There are a million different ways, and I can't think of them all. Sounds to me like this is an officer that is keeping his options open for the future. What I'm hearing this officer say is, we'll take it away if we want. We'll be able to justify later when the report is written. Unfortunately, most of the time this works, either because the jury is full of sheeple thinking cops can do no wrong, or because a suspect doesn't personally have the knowledge to fight it and doesn't have the money to hire a lawyer. These order followers know most of the time these types of violations to our freedoms just go away because the cost of fighting it is unbearable to most people.
So I would have to be physically threatening, right?
It's possible. That'd be one scenario.
That'd be, you'd have to physically like want to hurt somebody.
Again, there's a million scenarios. I don't know them all.
You're asking that what
The what ifs
we
are
would take
are
somebody's
dangerous
camera?
questions.
Not you guys per se, but sheriffs.
No,
but
I don't work for us, so I don't know.
still, it's common law, right?
I'm not the one to ask for that.
Okay.
I don't really know the rules inside the courthouse. There's lots of things that you can't film, so breaking a rule or a law that they can enforce, and they can probably take it out of your hand.
Well, you can film in court. You
I'm
know.
not sure
I'm
if that's true.
the wrong one to ask.
Okay.
Because they ban cameras from lots of court
Right,
proceedings.
but like if I walked up and I start grabbing stuff off that's not okay, right? You could arrest me, right?
Well, again, police have different rules than citizens.
This is an important distinction. These and all order followers have taken bribes from the ruling class with money stolen and extorted from the supposedly free people of this land. And with these bribes, they have agreed to give up being one of the people and have signed a contract and agreed to act as a person. While acting as a person, which is a legal term, they are given certain privileges not given to the people. Maybe you've heard of qualified immunity? This is a privilege given to order followers by our masters, so that if during the course of doing their dirty deeds of the ruling class, they feel nervous about their personal safety, they can beat, torture, or shoot a civilian, as long as they can cite some of their training that justifies their being scared.
So there's a bunch of what ifs you're talking about, and I don't know all of them.
Well, right, but you see what I'm saying? Like,
I see what you're trying to say. You're trying to get me to improve what your story is, but I can't tell you all the details.
well, I mean, that goes for anyone. You reach and you grab something from anyone. That's kind of like not right?
That kind of like not right.
Well,
yes.
I'm saying kind of because
right,
you're saying that
it's not,
police have the right of way, is what you're trying to say.
Not always. I said it depends on the situation.
Okay.
So you need to decide what your situation is. And since I wasn't there, I don't know all your details. You're going to tell me your side of the story instead of their side of the story. That's what courts are for. They're going to decide it. If you want to sue somebody, go right ahead. Hire a lawyer, sue them.
Right, but I did, like, if I would have moved back and...
All the what ifs, I don't need to talk about.
Okay.
You talk to a lawyer about your rights, I highly suggest it. And then if that person
well, the cops said
become a millionaire.
The sheriff said that I could hurt him with it. I'm holding the camera on a stick.
You and that sheriff had an interaction that I wasn't there for.
Right.
A lawyer and a judge decides your outcome, not me.
Again, there you have it. If you want to hold the government accountable, you need to have accumulated enough fiat currency to hire a lawyer who will argue your side to a judge better than the lawyer hired by the order follower through their corresponding union. Keep in mind, any lawyer you hire is not just looking out for you, but also their reputation with the judge and the opposing counsel, in addition to having to follow the rules the judge gives out, whether they're lawful or not. Remember, once someone passes the bar, they are now an official of the court and have to follow the rules of the court. As one of the people representing yourself and not being an official of the court, any arbitrary rules the judge issues for your case don't necessarily need to be adhered to. The other choice is for you to be invested enough in your own freedom to be able to argue the case yourself. But that does require us to step outside of our programming, something even I find hard to do at times.
Still, I'm kind of just asking for...
I know, and I gave you my advice.
Okay, well...
hire a lawyer, sue him.
Okay. Nice to know, thanks.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit the like button and share it with everyone you know. Find us on Twitter, as well as censorship-free platforms like BitChute and Steemit or DTube. Of course, subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to smile at someone you don't know every day.